Anything? Well, anyway, welcome back, guys. Me and Dad are here. We've just been and picked the head up. The engine up from Headline MK. And we thought we'll get on the ramp, so let's unbox it. We're just taking the wrappings off, and then we'll show you what we've got. That needs to come out anyway, Dad.
A new one.
Yeah, I'm getting a new one of those. Tube and dipstick. So that can come off. I don't know what that is.
Breather,
I wonder if that's that new breather that I've got. I'm gonna have to do a bit of masking taping up of some of these bits, and then we'll show you how it all looks. I'll tell you now, that looks good. I can see the pistons in there. Jeez, they look amazing. So, it's a nice sunny day outside, so I've actually got the shutter open. We're just trying to work out how. Whoa. What's that? What is that?
It's gully. Frankly.
Is it?
That's got down there.
That's crank pulley there, isn't it?
No, that's the.
Oh yeah.
That's the and oil pump.
Wow. It's crazy to see it back like this. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. I want to know what that breather is though. I guess that doesn't come out.
Yeah, it's unscrewed.
Unscrews?
Should do.
Well, I'm going to look into that in a minute. And then hopefully we can take that out. So is there a way that I can stand it up? Is there something I can put under here?
Well, I think we'll put something on first. If we can.
What, do we want to sit on a sump?
Yeah, I think so.
Better. What's this bolt?
That'd be for the thing that goes in. The oil pump and that.
Oh, the pickup,
Yeah.
straightener. Okay, let's bring you in close and show you around what we've got. Right, it's Dad having a good look. So obviously our head, which you see us build up, which is now on our 205. So this is what they call a 205 block. They do a 202, I believe, and a 200, but the 205 apparently is stronger. Don't quote me on that, but that was my research. So then looking under here, while we've got the sump off, you can see through to our lovely forged pistons and rods in there. And then obviously we've had our crank all ground and balanced. And obviously to do that, they had to have the flywheel. So they've left the flywheel bolts in there, which obviously we'll put that all back together. And yeah, look, on this side, it's all timed up. Got our Gates power grip timing belt on there. Yeah, it's all looking, it's all starting to look really nice now. I'm really pleased about this. So we're gonna get the sump on, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fit the sump on so then we can stand it up. So we'll go with that, we'll fit the sump on, we'll stand you up on the other ramp so you can see us doing it, and we'll fit our RS sump. Okay, so what I've done, because I wanna spray this, black, probably should have sprayed it, could have sprayed it before everything was built up. The problem is then everything gets assembled, it gets damaged. So I've gone with the masking tape route. So I've masking taped off everything I don't want to get paint on, obviously. Covered up the holes in the cylinder head there. Don't want to cover up my belts. And then what I'm going to do is I've got the Simonize VHT in black, very high temperature paint. And this a matte finish. It doesn't require any primer, just go straight on. So I'm going to give this a quick going over with brake and clutch cleaner. I have degreased it with engine degreaser, dried that off, and now brake and clutch cleaner, and then I'm going to paint it. Right, so what I've done, I'll record the next overcoat, but I've masking taped everything off. I'm using a roll of masking tape there just to protect the oil filter housing, and then just set a few cloths over the head, because what are these, 20p? You know, rather protect that. And I've just put a light dusting over the top of the black VHT paint. So we're going to do that. I'm going to do a proper coat of that, which I'll show you in a minute. Avoiding spraying anything this way. So I'm spraying from this side in. Obviously got this lip here. There's no way you should, you know, you don't really need to be going crazy with it. It's just a dusting. Then what we're going to do as well, got our old oil pump. Got a brand new oil pump here with a dowel. The instructions, everything says to make sure it's turning first and then prime it. We've got some classic 2050 oil. So prime it, get it going, and then we're going to install that into these holes here, and then we'll install our strainer, and then we'll install our sump. We're going to use Well Seal, which has been recommended to us by Burton's. Just made a quick phone call to them. A little bit of Well Seal on the pump face, obviously being careful not to get it in the holes, and then a little bit of Well Seal around the sump to seal that with the new sump gasket. So I'll set this up and you'll see us doing all of this. Yeah, it's sort of in the right area. Okay, cool. You hold that strainer, and then we'll get some 2050 and we're just going to pour it into the pump. If this comes off, it did come off. I'm just going to pour that lovely new oil into the pump. Pumping out lovely. Pumping all that everywhere. But the oil's like bloody green.
Yeah, it is.
Is that okay? Green oil. The Hulk. Just leave that in there just. Well, it's doing its job, it's pumping it out, isn't it? Should I put any more in or?
No, there's no point, we'll just lose it.
Okay.
You can do is prime it.
So that's that. That's good. So out with the old, in with the new. What do you want to do next?
Well, I can't wait for the gasket sealing.
Oh yeah, got to wait for the well seal to turn up. So what I can do then is while I'm waiting, that's probably had enough time to dry, is it not, Dan?
Yeah.
It seems like it dries really quick. It's certainly not shiny anywhere. So I'm going to go over this again with another sort of finishing coat. I'm only putting 2 coats on. You're not going to see half of this, but it's nice to have it all freshly painted. Give it a good shake, thick stuff. Actually hurt my fingers trying to spray this. So then just dust that. You can kind of see where you've been and where you haven't, because where you've been goes shiny. Where you haven't been, it's obviously matte, so it's gone matte. Just make sure you mask and tape off any holes that you don't want paint going in, and obviously mask and tape off your pulleys and your belt. If you've done it the way I've done it, then you know you have to be extra careful, because obviously I've built things up and now I'm painting. It specifically says on there to avoid runs, and I can imagine if this stuff runs, you ain't getting that run out because it's thick. And then what I do is, because obviously I'm at a certain angle there, I'm going to try not to stand in the thing, but just come around to this side, be a bit more careful, just make sure that you're catching all those edges that you can't get from that other angle. There we go. Looks, the 205 now just shines out, that looks nice.
Wicked.
Happy with that. And that's it, that's that side painted. I'm not going to do any more than that. It is only just to give it a new lease of life. I want it to look fresh under there, but that's me painting done, so I think I'm going to take off. I'll let it dry for 10 minutes or so, then I'm going to take the masking tape off as quick as I can, because I don't want that leaving any like stickiness or residue behind. And hopefully any minute now, our pot of well seal is going to turn up, so that we can actually start putting things together. That's good, Dad. Should have just literally covered those studs with that, but it is what it is, they'll clean up. So we dusted on there. Looks good. Really good. Quite happy with the process of that. Let's see if we can get some of this tape off from down here that we don't need anymore.
I don't think them engine mounts are going to be any good.
You don't think these engine, Dad doesn't think these engine mounts are going to be any good. What makes you say that, mate? Okay. They're like shorter, are they?
Mm.
It is what it is. I've come this far, Dad. If I've got to buy, I've got to buy a different set of engine mounts. We'll buy a different set of engine mounts. Not a lot we can do about it, unfortunately. Yeah, what are they? What's your phone case on the paint? Yeah, that's shit. So how do they attach to what we've got? Oh, Burton sell them. Engine brackets. Brilliant. That's great. So they sell me the engine mounts, but they also sell the bracket for the mount to go to. You don't ask, you don't get. What can I say? What can I say? And here's our parts on cue. With my masking tape as well, what I like to do, can you see me? Oh, you can't see me. With my masking tape, what I like to do is leave the end just, can you see that? I know it sounds daft, but little tip. See the end is just sticking up where it's caught the paint. Leave that end sticking up, so when you want to peel it off, you've got a tab to pull it on. You know, what I've done here is because I've got the other end of the engine, I can get underneath it, and look, I can just peel it off. See? And then it doesn't cause you any grief. But I'll fill these side ones off while I've got a minute. And then it'll just be a case of the top ones. Hey mate, you alright? I don't know how far you got because we turned around the phone and stopped recording. So I've got these rubber. Okay, that's my timer. Alexa, stop. Right. This needs to go in though now.
Okay.
Goes on here, yeah?
The big slot in there, see?
Okay, we figured out that the sump gasket's got to go on the bottom of the block first and not on the sump first. And that's purely because there's cutouts. So if we put it on there first, I'm going to do that now. The 3 go this way around. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
And then somehow you've got to get that in.
Yeah.
Like that.
And that's absolutely ridiculous.
There's a little thin screw on. Chin. Got it going.
You've got to sit between those tracks.
Yeah.
A bit about that, I think. Try to push yourself out.
Yeah, just be a little bit bulgy. Oh, let's get that bottom.
Well, that's not my favourite thing to ever do.
No. Can only get better.
So remember that, guys, when you're fitting up an RS2000 sump, there are 2 bolts that are longer than the rest, and they are specifically designed to go in this area here where a normal bolt won't reach. Feel like I've been cleaning it.
Not enough information.
Yeah, it's, you know, 2 long bolts. I don't know that, like I've never done it before, so I don't know that there's 2 longer bolts. You're just using your common sense to work it out when things don't line up. Something mustn't be quite 100%. Then you find out it's 2 bolts. Make sure you've got some cleaner on that then. Use some degreaser, can we? Anyway, there's 101 Allen keys to tighten down, which we're doing. Hey mate, you okay? Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Cheers. See ya. What is kind of funny is that there's the kind of individual gaskets either side. So in some respects, like, you know how you tighten down like a rocker cover gasket normally, or, you know, head bolts for instance, you have that sequence. It's hard to believe that there'd be a sequence on this kind of gasket, purely on the basis that they're independent. So, you know, in my mind, it's not going to stretch by me doing one and not the other. Quite a thick gasket as well. Someone out there is bound to tell me that I'm wrong. I just don't really care if I am, because it seems to work for me, so it's working. If it leaks, I'll eat my words. A lovely looking sump though.
Yeah.
What a nice bit of kit. Bought from Burton's. Guess who? The delivery driver just smashed this up in the factory.
On the rest of your fence.
Yeah. Wonder what that was. Always like try to get bolts in by hand first. They go in really well. Nice new set of bolts here as well. How many bolts have I got left? Jeez Louise. Loads of bolts. And then two left. Those ones under there look a lot of fun, don't they?
Okay.
So them ones under there look like fun. How am I going to do them up?
Yeah, I see them.
That's awful. We mustn't complain though, because we're getting our engine together. We're going to stand it up onto the sump. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the bench cleaned, get it clear, and then put some rubber blocks down or something, I should imagine. Thinking about it, Dad, we're being silly here, we can put it on the engine thing. So it goes in this flywheel end, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can get it on there, yeah, we've got to get it on there.
Get it on there, I probably never get it off. Right,
Straight
Dad.
on the crane, put it straight in.
It's not going in on the crane, I keep telling you that. I can't really get to these, Dad. I need a 10mm socket, I think, just to go over here, and then the little red ratchet. That's
What's
my
spanner?
red ratchet, I think. And just bring the
The
red
ratchet's outside.
Okay.
Little or big sock?
A little tiny red ratchet set I'm on about.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Sorry.
And a little 10mm nose.
Yeah, a little 10mm socket, and then the thing, I think that'll work. I've just noticed my core plugs are in as well, they look good. Burton supplied me with 2 new core plugs. This shit. What's this?
Yeah, can't get to you in the way.
What is it though?
Dirt.
Don't like that.
Dirt. Some crap.
That well seal? Yeah, my first time using that well seal. My kind of feedback on it is a bit
Gooey.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's a bit like the old red hermatite.
Hermatite?
That's what you used to get for gaskets.
Was it?
You used to get red and black hermatite.
Okay.
Red
All I can say is it comes out like oil.
and that's what the red hermatite was, and after a while it just set a little
But
bit.
it's going like, yeah, it goes hard like glue. It's interesting stuff. Again, it goes all over your hands. It is only a backup for the gasket, so I guess we're just being sort of doubly cautious by using it. Louise. Ideally with these, I think what you want is like a ball-headed Allen key, so you get a little bit of a swivel on it. But I've put my Allen key into a 10mm socket, into a 3/8. Is this a 3/8?
No, or quarter.
Quarter, sorry. Quarter. My mind went blank for a minute there. Quarter ratchet like that, and that goes up in there nicely. I've actually got good. I've got them nice and tight. I'm happy with them, so that's good. I'm pleased about that.
That's for you as well, mate.
You got that?
That's for you as well.
Is it?
Mm.
What on earth is that? That could be my bell housing.
One bell housing.
Oh yes, look at this. Rally Designs with the goods. Caught it on camera again. So, didn't know, I've got a Type 9 gearbox. We're going to run through that in a different video. I've already started making a video on that, soaking it in coke. But found out that when you fit an RS sump, something to do with clearances, you need an RS bell housing on your Type 9 5-speed gearbox. And actually, this was from Rally Designs. It's a quick release bell housing, so we'll talk through that in a bit more video once we get to it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting stuff, that. For now, let me just get on with the 99th bolt. Oh, jeez. I'll strip back to this one. But an FT650. I don't mind there being no instructions. I'm not, you know, that's okay. But I do feel like certain things are the same. Whatever happens, they're the same. So if you fit this on a Pinto, there are always going to be 2 longer bolts. A piece of paper just saying 2 longer bolts, flywheel side. Perfect. You know, it doesn't take 2 minutes. Not everybody's built 101 Pinto engines, and you know, there's a lot of people I find that I speak to in the group that are, a lot of us are DIY. You know, we like to try these things ourselves. I won't name any names because it's not really fair, and I'm not here to slander anyone's business because it is what it is. But when I come to getting this engine built, I've built, I don't know, let's say 20 engines. Dad's probably built 5 times that amount. But because I've got other work to do and I knew I wouldn't have the time to dedicate to this, I thought I'll pay someone else. That'll be easy. I'll just pay someone. How hard can it be, or how much could it really be? And I was getting quotes of like 11 grand to have one of these built. And I can assure you now, it has cost me way less than half of that with all the goods. So yeah, all I'm saying is not everybody is going to go to someone. People want to give it a go themselves. There is no reason why you can't do this yourself. If you've got mechanical mindset and you've got tools, you know, it's a very basic engine in my opinion. There are a few things that, you know, you do need to be aware of. Timing of your cam, for instance, dialing in your cam. That's not straightforward, I can assure you that. And obviously, unless you're running a machining shop, you can't have your, sorry, I'm moving the camera about whilst I'm talking. Can you see the sump still? Where's the sump? Oh, there it is there. Lost it for a minute. Unless you're running a machining shop, you can't bore your pistons out. Or bore your block out for your pistons, sorry. So, you know, certain things you can't do yourself. But having said all of that, Headline MK done me a fantastic deal on my machining. That was Dad in the video.
Sorry.
Dad just, yeah, Headline MK done a good job on all the machining work, helping us out, getting everything sort of ready so we can start building it back up. But yeah, my main point of all of that waffle was Burton put a little piece of information in there just for the DIYers. You know, just a little tiny piece of information about those 2 long bolts goes a long way. But as for your products, speak for themselves. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Right, Jono. So yeah.
Turn it off for a moment, we'll try and stand it up.
Turn it off for a moment, we're going to try and stand it up. There we go. So we've got it standing up. Now you can see the sump on there. This side's been painted. I've just got to take this back off, put a sealant on the back of that. But yeah, sump's on there. I'm going to sit around that way whilst it cures overnight. And then this is the side we haven't painted yet, so you can really see the difference. Night and day difference. This is an additive, isn't it? This wouldn't have been there on the massive sump, RS sump. And I assume that's why you have to have a different bell housing, because it comes out here.
Yeah.
So that'll be
get into that as well.
That'll be good. There we go. Starting to come together nicely. Right, we're going to paint the other side. There it is. Trying to do that thing where you put your hand under it and it looks like, oh my lord, what's going on with my hand? Ta-da! Looks like you're holding it. I don't look like I'm holding it at all. There it is. That's actually really, you know, nice to see. We're going to go and get the rocker cover now. I'm going to get the spray bar. Just letting that plate, that well seal. Jesus Lord, that well seal. Honestly, if you're using that stuff, good luck. That is unreal. Here comes the spray bar. Here comes the spray bar. Spray bar.
You're not putting the cover on the front, are you?
Well, come on, the cover on it. It's too beautiful. What do you mean?
Not over the cam.
No, that stays like that. That's the pierre de résistance,
You won't need a special
as the
build.
French would say.
You won't need the special build then.
Looks great. Right, so this goes around this side, and we need bolts, John.
Well, I think
it's an older design. Obviously, I don't know if you can see that. See those little tiny holes? Then there's a feed hole there that feeds the oil comes up in, and it just literally sprays the top of your can. Obviously, I've heard that these lock up, and I think that comes down to regular oil changes and things like that. We're just trying to find bolts to fit that. I'd imagine they're the same as the sump bolts, no?
Yeah, they probably fit.
Have you got sump bolts? Where's those sump bolts?
They're a bit long though, aren't they?
Yeah, they might be a bit thick as well.
No, it's the right size, but
Well, you reckon they're the right thread? I don't think they are.
Will be too long to make sure they don't go
Oh, they're the right.
don't go through to the can.
That's going to go right the way through to the can.
Too long. We've got to be sort of that size.
Oh,
Too long, isn't
yeah, because I don't know what that's touching on in there, but. Yeah, it's got to be tight for sure. Any ideas?
We'll try them rocker colour one.
That's still too long though.
Yeah, too long.
I'm going to be cutting bolts down here.
What's to come out? Oh no, we didn't, did we?
No. Definitely.
Scooter as it was.
Spray rolls on it.
Anything we didn't get?
Only thing we didn't get.
We tried though. Got water pump bolts, engine water bolts.
Yeah, do you want spray bar bolts? What's this here, Dad? There's a plug in it.
Yeah, water drain.
What, this big thing?
Yeah, they look like water drains.
What will go in there though?
Water.
Yeah, but obviously no hoses,
No,
not for heaters or anything.
No, just for water.
So they just stay there.
Yeah. I need a little 10 mil. You've got a little 10 mil.
I think we'll. Grandad, waving at Jackson. Right, so we got some bits from Burton Power today, and we've got some spark plugs and some XYZ. So I'll leave you there. Engines all those here, but 21mm socket. Let's get these spark plugs nicked up. What we've got here is the engine mounts.
Yeah.
Why does that look like it's upside down, or is that how it's going to be?
Go down onto the mounts. Where's the mounts?
Huh? What goes on the, where does this go? Is this threaded in here? Does it not lock up to it like a locking nut?
No, we just screw straight into it. Suppose you could adjust it. Straight in.
No, it's definitely around the right way, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that for? Oh, for them?
Yeah, it should be.
Just getting some Loctite there. I like to use my Loctite. Always Loctite bolts that I know I don't need to take out, and I just want them in there tight. Loctite. That's how it goes, is it? Let's just bring. You're a bit far away, guys. Let me just bring you in so you can see what we're doing. There we go. Now you can see what we're doing. So spark plugs are in, and then we've got our mounting brackets that have just turned up. So
Put it on myself.
yeah, I will put it in there while it's on there, Dad. Good point.
Just try it out.
Dad, have you got the little gun? Save me a bit of time. We don't think you need a nut on the other side of that?
I'm sure I just screw straight in now.
There's some nice new engine mounts there. These are kind of angled funny, Dad, these engine mounts.
Yeah.
Cool. It's really loose in there, Dad.
Mm.
Like that, yeah?
Yeah.
There we go. One engine mount on. So everything else I want to do is on the other side, isn't it? On the front.
Yeah, or you can put your flower on.
Yeah. I think we might take it, bring it round. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, or you can just got a rocker cover just to sit on top.
That's what I want to get on there, but I'm going to put the spray bar bolts in because they've turned up.
Oh yeah, not put them in yet.
No. We didn't keep, when we gave our head in for exchange, we didn't keep our spray bar bolts. Now, Burton have actually told us that these are hard to come by, these spray bar bolts. So I made a phone call to Mitch down at Burton's, very, very good guy, very helpful. And I said to him, I said, Bud, when I gave you my head back in exchange, I didn't strip it, and I was unaware that I couldn't get these bolts. And he said, one sec, and he went down to their basement, factory where they're building stuff, and he managed to get me my old bolts back. So that is great service. You know, I was a bit panicky for a minute, like can't get these bolts. They might have been out there somewhere, but you know, in fairness to him, he actually went and got them back for me, which is brilliant. I just need a knife to undo this pack. Everything that comes from Burton is, the good thing about stuff that comes from Burton, it's all packaged well, and I know exactly what it's for. I quite like that. In fact, I really like that. I think it's brilliant. Right, so with these little bolts then, interestingly, so is that a bolt with a washer? Yeah, these are stubby little bolts. See that really small little bolts? That one looks like it's got, needs a bit of a clean up. I'm just going to give these a quick clean up. Again, you'll never see them because of where they are. Yeah, I'll give these a bit of a clean up. Get some WD-40 on them and I'll give them a clean up now. They were a little bit dirty, so what I've done is I've just put them inside an old spray paint cap with a bit of WD-40, just give them a bit of a jiggle around. They're sort of, yeah, look, they come out like that. They come out brand new. I'll give them a dry off, and it just cleans the threads. The threads is all I'm worried about. You know, you're not going to see it, so looks-wise, it's not as important. I'm going to call Jono in a minute just to see if there's a reason why that's not movable, that washer. I'll get a towel and dry these. Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing? What mounting? Oh, Dad, I'm going to give that a proper clean with some stuff I bought. So I don't want to scratch it. Yeah, I just don't want to scratch it. I read online that with Ali, if you use anything too abrasive, it scratches it. I bought a Scotch pad. Yeah, I need to clean it up. One of these spray bar bolts, Dad's got a washer on. Is there a reason for that? It looks like they all had washers on at some point.
No, I never used to have any washers on.
Well,
Middle one.
and to be honest, that looks like, to me, if you look down there, that's definitely had a circular ring rubbing on it. That's definitely had a wash on it. Should I do that?
Well, yeah, if you've got a washer, it's not going to It's not going to hurt.
Yeah, that bracket. Oh, did you see my thing going?
What?
Out there.
Oh, is that your...
That's the holder for the filter, for the fuel pump and the filter in the boot.
Okay.
It's the same company that made the stand and the tank.
Oh.
So.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Looks, it matches in with the other stuff. Use this original one where the oil pickup is, because that's for me seems like the most important one. What size will these be, Dad? Oh, wicked. If only we know that. Where's that socket, Dad?
Check it out, people at 10.
Yep, looks good to me.
Obviously not too tight. Tight enough. No resistance against it. Doesn't do anything, just sits there.
Yeah, just don't want it coming loose.
No.
But then I have Loctite the bolts. Get the cat's fighting.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, cool.
You put a clutch on?
You want to put the clutch on, or should I put the rocker cover on and keep that sealed in?
If you've got a rocker cover, yeah.
I have to.
I suppose we put it on there, yeah, it's not bad.
Nothing else to go there, is there? Let's get it. I'm okay. I was on sealing up holes there.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right, I'm going to give you guys on the channel one guess, and I'll just show you it. I'm not going to tell you where it's from. I'm going to show you it, and then you guys can guess where I got it from. Leave your comments below. Where do you think I got this rocker cover from? Right, I'll take it out of its packaging, make it a bit easier for you guys to tell, and then you let me know in the comments below where this came from. Right, that's my rocker cover. If you've got any ideas where that came from, let me know.
How many bolts? Oh, right. Did you get bolts with it?
So, it come from here,
It's funny, isn't it?
and
Did you get any bolts with it?
and those look what we would call not elongated, but extended. They might need special bolts. I might be on the phone in a minute. Which way around does it go? That way. So that would technically sit.
No gasket on it either. But just put it on there so we know it's there. So these are normal. We've got one normal.
One
Two
normally
normal.
and then the rest are all.
See, on the other ones you used to have bolts here as well. But obviously because it's a much solider unit.
What, does the gasket run up there?
The only gasket goes over the top, but normally if you look on the old ones you'll see you've got two bolt holes in the side on the metal bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that if you want.
No.
Let me make